Today in crypto, the Bitcoin miner position index is flashing a buy signal, which could result in a 1,500% gain for Bitcoin in 2021. Nearly $200 million in crypto has been stolen, and yet another high-profile centralized exchange hack. Big Polka Dot news that could be bad news bears for Chainlink. Also, Ocean Protocol is launching a decentralized data market. A huge Ethereum update could bring fees for DeFi back down to earth. And the US Congress might be rushing in to save the markets with yet another round of stimulus as talks start up once again in Washington. My name is Lark, and this is where you subscribe for all of the hottest and all of the latest happening out here in the wild land of crypto. So let's start off with Bitcoin. What the heck is the old orange coin up to today? Well, Bitcoin is currently hanging out around $10,700, making multiple daily closes back above $10,500, which of course is that line of massive historic resistance flipping into support, which is very nice to see. Now, I do have some interesting data points we're going to be looking at here today. So the first interesting piece of data to add fuel to the bullish thesis is that the Bitcoin whale clusters are showing that $10,470 is an incredibly important level that has now turned into a strong area of support with a lot of whale activity there. Now, this is very important because it's just below our very, very, very key line of support at $10,500, meaning that we now have a strong correlation with whales as well as the historical importance of that level, meaning that it should provide a stronger level of price support moving forward for Bitcoin. Whale clusters generally indicate that the whales expect Bitcoin price to increase in the near term. So we see a lot of activity around that level, meaning that we could see Bitcoin moving up from here. Also, there is a little bit of just mega bullish data for you here. The CEO of CryptoQuant noted that Bitcoin is likely on the verge of a full-blown bull run. Awesome. The Bitcoin miner position index is suggesting that a bull run is just around the corner. Now, this is the same signal that appeared in early 2017, preceding, of course, the parabolic surge that we did see in 2017, taking Bitcoin all the way up to 20K. Well, it is easy to dismiss what is happening with miners. They're actually just a major force in the industry, and of course are a big influence on the price of Bitcoin since they control such a large percentage of the stock of Bitcoin. The miner position index has a very high hit rate in terms of forecasting bull and bear trends in the market. You can see here highlighted in red that every time the index has crossed above the baseline, and of course what happened afterwards. In almost every case of crossing over there, it has resulted in a significant bullish uptrend for Bitcoin. Sometimes not super significant, but almost always in an uptrend. And in the case of the 2017 bull market, well, we had a result of 1,500% price from the time that it crossed into that bull zone category. Now, that does not mean that Bitcoin is going to go to $100,000 tomorrow. We can see here on the chart too that some of those bullish crossovers resulted in modest gains for the market. So this could be one of those situations where Bitcoin just does a 2 or a 3x based off of this current scenario. But if we did get a 15x move from this over the next, let's say, year, it took around a year in 2017 for that to play out, well, then Bitcoin could head to $150,000 in 2021. One thing I do want you to note here, though, is that back in 2017, we didn't have the high correlation to the stock markets like we do now in 2020, so it could kind of diminish the effect of this miner index positioning, but we shall see how it plays out. So take it all with a grain of salt anyway. But historically, this has played out in our favor and has been a rather accurate indicator of bullish trends kicking in. Anyway, let's start off with the news. So Kucoin has been hacked. Kucoin suffered a massive hack with close to $200 million worth of crypto taken out of their hot wallets. The majority of Kucoin holdings, of course, were in cold wallets and they were unaffected by this hack. Kucoin is now promising to reimburse users who have been affected by this hack by drawing, of course, from their insurance fund. But really, This story just serves as another reminder for you to not keep your cryptocurrency sitting on exchanges. A cryptocurrency exchange, it is not a bank, it is a marketplace. Don't just leave your crypto sitting there. It's not a place to store crypto. Also, what's quite interesting about the Kucoin hack is that the market, it just didn't really care, man. It's like, whatever, $200 million crypto hack, who cares about that? Now, had it been Binance or Coinbase, then I think the market would have reacted quite differently. The truth is that Kucoin, it's not a top-tier exchange, and with the rise of DeFi, we can see that these sort of second-tier exchanges are becoming even less relevant. Remember, Coinbase is now doing less volume than Uniswap most of these days, which is crazy. And also, for all of the people that run around doing victory laps every time a DeFi protocol has a smart contract bug, just remember, the centralized exchanges, they are not the answer. Yes, DeFi is not perfect by any means, but at least decentralized exchanges are working hard to make the world of asset swapping a safer place where you can do it from your own wallet and back. And that is a big advancement that's really, really important for crypto. So centralized exchanges, they have their place, but DEXs are coming for you. And the next story I have here for you is a major advancement that's actually going to make the DeFi world so much more user-friendly and accessible. Ethereum scaling startup Optimism has released a limited testnet version of its Layer 2 scaling solution, which is one of the leading non-token Layer 2 scaling solutions for Ethereum, essentially meaning massive scalability coming for Ethereum dApps soon. Synthetix Network was the first DeFi project to join this testnet. Others like Chainlink and Uniswap are following close behind. Now, this will bring in 100x improvement in transactions per second, as well as dramatically lowering gas fees for users for swaps and other things like claiming staking rewards. Now, this is incredibly essential for actually being able to scale smart contracts and applications on Ethereum, because you can see how much it's become like a rich whales club on Ethereum, which is not cool. I don't want to see that. Now, Synthetix is a prime example. Every week I spend just like eye-watering sums to claim my Synthetix words. Every time I click claim, it's like, oh gosh, not again. No. Optimistic rollups is going to bring that cost down to pennies, which is awesome. And Uniswap currently has gas fees, that are just, even for a standard swap, it's like 15, 20 bucks. Totally unacceptable. We need to bring this down, and Optimistic rollups is going to do that. So these kind of scaling solutions, they're coming. We're about to get them. They're on testnet. They're going to be on mainnet before you know it. This is very, very exciting. But while Ethereum keeps working to scale, other chains, they're coming. They're coming for Ethereum's market share. The Polka Dot team released on Wednesday a major milestone for its substrate framework, which, among other things, will allow for applications to interface with the outside world without relying on external Oracle providers like Chainlink. Substrate 2.0's off-chain workers will leverage Substrate nodes to be able to perform operations that would normally be outside of the blockchain's capabilities, thus allowing developers to build really complex systems like price feeds entirely on chains. So is this bad for Chainlink? No, it's not bad for Chainlink at all. This is fine. That's just another option for developers to be able to use in their applications. You see, it's going to basically mean the developers on Polkadot are going to be able to manage their own Oracle if they so desire for certain purposes. And there'll be situations where that makes sense, or they can simply outsource it to an expert who already has a strong, robust network like Chainlink, which will give both access to a product with a large reach and network effect, and also take the burden off of their shoulders of needing to run their own Oracle. We've already seen dApps on Ethereum drop their own Oracles in exchange for Chainlink. It'll be the same story on Polkadot. Yeah, there's going to be use cases for native Oracles without a doubt, but they will exist with Oracle providers like Chainlink, not replace them. In other Polkadot news, Polkadot ecosystem player Ocean Protocol is launching Ocean Market, which is an AMM powered by major DeFi player Balancer, which will allow anybody to buy or sell tokens that represent ownership of a particular data set. Now, the goal here is to enable widespread monetization of data by creating a marketplace for efficiently priced data on, of course, a censorship-resistant platform. Now, this is, in my opinion, really, really big for DeFi. This is bringing data marketplaces into DeFi. And honestly, if you're into data oracles like Chainlink, then you should definitely be interested in something like Ocean. Because if Chainlink is the pipeline for data, then Ocean Protocol, it's selling the oil to go through those pipelines. So definitely something to take note of. Also, in case you don't have this on your radar yet, new Polkadot DeFi player Polka Starter has been releasing a lot more details about what they are building. So this is going to be a permissionless DEX built for cross-chain token pools and auctions, enabling projects to basically be able to raise capital, but in a very decentralized way, and also in an environment that's interoperable, so providing for that great cross-chain capacity. Now, they've also just teamed up with the very buzzy Polkadot player Mantra DAO, so token holders will be able to participate in the Polka Starter pools, and proof of stake projects that raise funds using Polka Starter will also have immediate access to really what is one of the top flight validators to secure their chain. So that is really cool as well. And of course, they also brought on board the co-founder of Mantra DAO as a strategic advisor. So that's great to have that experience coming in there as well. And if you're keen to get your hands on Polka Starter, then watch out for the initial Uniswap listing, which will be coming pretty soon. So it'll be a great chance to get your hands on it early if you can get in early on that Uniswap listing. But overall, Polkadot, it's a beast, and it's going to continue to be a massive trend for the rest of the year and into 2021 as well. And I'm right now invested in 3 different Polkadot ecosystem players, including Polka Starter, Rio DeFi, and Mantra DAO. I do have a few others on my radar as well. And of course, I keep stacking dots every week, so I'm averaging into what's going to hopefully be a significant position over time here. And the final story for today, talks have started again in the United States around getting another stimulus bill to pass through the Congress. So basically, this was supposed to happen months ago, guys. After months of inaction, though, lawmakers are now discussing returning to the table to try and smash through a last-minute bill before the election in about 6 weeks' time. Now, the new talks are basically coming about as Democrats are proposing a concession of around $1 trillion, so a cut to the stimulus package by around $1 trillion. Hopefully that's going to be enough to entice the Republicans to come out and play ball and say, yeah, okay, let's do this. Let's get the bill passed. Good times for everybody in the markets and all that stuff. Now, if the bill passes, then October could actually buck the election year trend of being bad for the equity markets and be good for the equity markets. We could actually see a positive market trend forming going into the election, with markets then primed for a good finish for the year. Again, to note that even in election years where October is bad, November and December do tend to be good for the equity markets. But if talks fail and no bill is passed, then I would expect further dips in the equity markets in October, as election uncertainty combined with no stimulus deal could definitely spook Wall Street. Sadly, with our recent correlation to equity markets, our short-term fate for the entire crypto market may just depend on what the US Congress does in October. Whether or not we do get this stimulus bill is probably going to determine the fate of the crypto markets for the next few weeks. But these short-term fears and uncertainties, that's not going to stop the bull run. No, don't think that. I don't want you guys to think that. It's going to come. We just have to get through this period of uncertainty before we can move on to higher highs. Remember, all the indicators on chain, everything in the markets, all the technical indicators, it's pointing to a big market run coming. Anyway, your question for today: which ecosystem are you more excited about moving into 2021? The Polkadot ecosystem or the Ethereum ecosystem? Which do you think is going to return bigger gains? Let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.